Hi everybody, Morgan Larson here with the Bliss Real Estate team, and I have a topic that it's really a question that I get asked all the time, which is, should I buy in this market? I have been a realtor for 13 years, and there's never been a time that I haven't had somebody ask me if this market was a good market to buy in, or they've heard things like, oh, bad things are gonna happen. I feel like I should wait. Prices will come down or interest rates will get better. I mean, the news loves to forecast everything catastrophic, and we love to listen, don't we? So I thought I'd give you my personal philosophy on buying a home and why I truly believe purchasing a home is more about your personal timing, whether you're ready for it, and a whole lot less about market timing. So how do you know if you're ready to purchase a home? I'd say the first thing is to consider, what is your intention for the next 5 or 10 years? If your intention is to move from city to city, or you really like living in a specific part of town that's quite expensive, you can't afford it, or if you think that there might be job volatility for you personally, like maybe you're going to be moving for work or you desire to move for work, then probably now is not the right time for you. I highly suggest knowing that you want to stay in a place at a minimum 5 years, but really more like 10 years. Because if you're willing to stay somewhere 10 years, if you got quote unquote stuck in that house, you will almost 100% likely come out on the winning side, because you'll have paid down the house, and in a 10-year time span, pretty much guaranteed, of course I can't guarantee anything, but pretty much guaranteed you'll have equity built up. So that's why I suggest minimum 5 years commitment, and be ready for a 10-year commitment to any house that you buy. Because remember, the fees to sell are also expensive. So if you plan on buying, selling in 2 years, buying the next thing, like, it's not really the most profitable endeavor to be doing it every couple of years. Okay, next, this is the part that I see less people ready for, which is, do you have the appropriate amount of money saved? This number is going to be different for everybody based on your overall monthly budget, what you'd like to pay per month, plus what area you want to be in, and the overall amount that you are going to need to spend or want to spend on a house. But you do need to have a down payment saved. You also need to have money saved for closing costs. Those two numbers you can consult with a lender to get a good, clear picture on how much that's going to be. But there's one other category that a lot of people forget to consider, which is saving for an emergency. When you get into your house, you don't want to be cash poor at that point. You do want to have enough money that when you move in and the fridge breaks or the hot water heater breaks or you get a roof leak, you'll be financially secure enough to take care of that. Because I'll tell you, it happens to almost all of us that you move into your new place, you're so excited, and then something breaks. Welcome to home ownership. So I want you to be prepared for that. Once you have those monies saved and you know that you're committed, I think it's probably a great time for you to buy. So really know that that's about you. Are you ready for this? On the flip side, with the news and sometimes what our friends and family want us to believe, is that we need to pay attention to exactly what the market's doing, and we need to time it so that we buy at exactly the right time, so that when we sell, we come up on the upside. We all love that. Everybody does. We all want to be winners. And I want you to be a winner too. But I want you to think big picture. Buying a house is a long game. For 90-some% of us, it's a long game. It's not about the flipping a house in 5 months or a year. It's about being there for a long time. And if you ask anybody who bought a home in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, if they regret purchasing when they did because interest rates were 14% or home prices were higher than they'd ever been, all of them will say that they are super glad that they bought at that point. Things go and happen, prices go up and down, interest rates go up and down, all those things change. And as those changes happen, you'll have other opportunities to do things, whether it's refinance into a lower rate, or take out a home equity line of credit because you now have equity. You'll have all those opportunities, but you won't have those opportunities if you don't purchase. And you won't have the opportunity to stabilize some of your finances over the long term, as in, what I mean by that is keeping your biggest monthly bill the same throughout the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years, depending on how old you are. You won't be able to have that opportunity of keeping it stable if you don't purchase. So I want you to be personally ready to buy a house, and I want you to be less focused on all the chaos that's happening in the market. And I say that because it's not just now. Again, I've been doing this 13 years. I haven't had a day, week, month, year that there hasn't been forecasted chaos, okay? And yet, the people that I helped buy in 2010 are really glad that they did. So I think you'll be just fine if you buy in 2023 or 2024, whenever you're ready. You'll be well off in the next 5-10 years. You'll be happy you did it. So that is my philosophy about buying a home and why it's about you and not necessarily about the market. If you have questions about this, want to hear more, or are thinking about buying a house yourself and have some additional questions on the process and how ready you might be, please reach out. I'd love to help you. Again, Morgan Larson here with the Bliss Real Estate team. Take care. I'll talk to you next week.